What up, Dangerlings? It's Drummond here. You may remember me from such shows as the Danger Club podcast and nothing else. I was hoping you might want to get involved with our Patreon and be patriotic towards us. You can do that. You can do that. Our Patreon. Sorry, I can't. Sorry. I'm sorry.
That was definitely...
Sorry. Are you still recording? You motherfucker.
Previously on the Danger Club podcast.
I have to use a shiwi.
Quiet, don't ever say that ever again.
It looks like failed experiments. And this book here, The Language of Kings. I don't know what that's about.
Maybe they're, I don't know, trying to translate some ancient book of alchemical nonsense?
I told you the Archlords would send somebody. They cannot fathom their secrets being taken from them.
One twist from that clay thing is going to start churning out slimes at us.
The goo starts to coalesce until it rises up into an enormous green cube.
The adventure continues now.
I'm feeling excited. We had 2 fights. When was the last time we had 2 fights in 2 games? Like, not like a fight that carried over.
A while ago, wasn't it? Yeah, it was a while ago, that.
It was.
In fighty, fisty February sometime.
Good old
almost a year
February.
ago, yeah. I don't know.
Fisty
February. Yeah, fisty February. Fisty Friday. Ooh. In fact, I've got some pin badges on. I don't know if you've noticed. I've got one here that is in fact it's a fist with some nail varnish on, and it says "Fight like a girl."
Yes, like it.
It's a good one. I've got another one here that says "Science." It's like magic, but real.
Love it.
I'm glad you stipulated which kind of fist. It was in fact a fighty fist,
yes.
Not the other kind of fist for February. I'm glad you stipulated that.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely, yeah. I mean, if people want to do other kinds of fisting for February, feel free.
Don't Google it.
That.
No judgments.
And this one here, I've got. It's like in the shape of a heart. It says "Big butt, bigger heart." That's
I mean, we're still in January. February doesn't come till next week, but you know.
This is true.
So if you're looking
for some fists, then next week is the one that you're going to find it, because that is Fisty February. But this is Slimy January. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Danger Club podcast.
Hey, it's someone's birthday today.
Is it?
What?
Yeah.
Someone's birthday.
Well, yeah.
Some loser.
Happy birthday to Drum.
What?
What? I had a 1 in 6 chance. 1 in 6. Hang on, that means I wouldn't know my own birthday.
It's Colin.
It's
It's
still 1 in 6 because Ross has got 2 characters.
Every episode.
It is my birthday today. Yeah, well, it's not because we're recording this, as everybody knows, we record these in advance, but it is my birthday when this comes out today. So happy birthday, Colin, if you're listening.
Happy birthday, Colin.
Big up to future Colin.
Are you listening, Colin? Now? Or will you be listening in the future on your birthday? Oh my god.
I don't know, maybe this is the episode that I download on a Monday and listen to it as I go for a cycle. I don't know.
Who knows?
My goodness.
Exciting.
I hope you're not listening to our podcast on your birthday. I hope you're taking a day off.
If you are listening on a cycle, then keep going, Colin. You can do it. You're doing really well. You've racked up some good cardio so far. It's a few km underneath your belt. You're doing good. You're getting a lot of oxygen. Well done, mate. Keep it up. Yes.
And
look out for that boss.
And if you're not future Colin, then get off that sofa, Colin. You're not doing well, Colin. What are you sitting there for? So put those falafels down. What are you thinking of?
Yeah, what you want is a bit of cardio with Caragor. Come on, get off that chair, you. Come on, let's go.
No.
Right, pull up.
Why would you do that? It's his birthday. Sit down, have some cake, chill out, maybe crack a beer open. You know, this is a fun thing to do.
Do what you feel, mate. It's all right. Like, whatever.
That's you talking as your character to yourself in the future.
Myself. Yeah.
Wow.
Just have a drink, give up. It's probably not worth it. I don't know.
That's probably how we'll be feeling. Yeah.
You can put. I mean, you're doing the sounds, so you can put just the sounds of a distant birthday party underneath all of this, and just feel like your party is going on around the episode.
Yeah, right.
Sounds of a distant birthday party sounds like the Pink Floyd album that never happened, doesn't it?
It's also peak. That's peak Phantom X. That is from the X-Men. He creates his own friends, creates his own life for him. I love Phantom X. It's my favourite character.
It's Burns night as well, isn't it? So go out there, get some haggis.
Yeah.
You know?
Tell you what, we know someone who can do a good Robbie Burns, don't we?
I mean,
but he's not on the podcast, unfortunately. So
don't go out there and get some haggis. I mean, stay where you are and get some haggis. Probably still the thing. We probably still need to do that, I reckon.
Oh, yeah,
talking about cultural appropriation, I have a quick question. So the reason I was talking about the pins to begin with was because I've also got this one that says head girl, which I quite like wearing. But is that culturally appropriating from women? Like, am I being a bad feminist if I'm wearing a badge that says that I'm the head girl?
I don't know, but I think the best people to ask are a panel of 5 white guys.
I guess my question is going more out to Dangerlings then. You know what I mean? Help me out, guys.
Please do tweet us, Dangerlings. Please don't make us answer this question on
Don't make us mansplain. We won't do it.
Especially because my T-shirt says we should all be feminists. That's what it says.
Even though our privilege tells us we should.
We agree with the sentiment of your T-shirt, Drum, and we look to move swiftly on.
I rolled a natural 20 on my detect traps, and it's just...
Drum, I've got a pin badge that says still alive. If you're still alive next week after the Dangerlings have tweeted us, I'll give it to you.
That sounds like a prize worth waiting for. Thank you, Colin. Yes.
Yeah, all right.
Will the Danger Club be still alive after they have fought this cube of danger?
Oh, it's a jellied, airtight segue this time. It's slippery, it's smooth.
It's difficult, isn't it? Because I don't know what it's like for overseas listeners, but when I was a kid, jelly came in the little sort of, your little square pack with the little cubes, didn't it? And you used to just eat the cubes when you were a kid.
Jelly in America would be jam.
That's true.
They do.
Jello. Jelly is called Jello.
We just had the segue.
I know, but I was just going to say, well, all right.
Respect the segue.
No, you carry on, James. You do it.
No, that's all right. No,
I don't respect those things. You know what I mean? They make you look foolish, like you're just going around on 2 wheels holding onto a thing. Like, it's not a proper... No, fuck the segue. Fuck the segue hard. That's what I say.
I love segways, man. I did a road trip around the USA where I rode segways around cities. It was amazing.
They're gone now, though. It's electric scooters now. Hoverboards are gone. Segways are gone. It's electric scooters like Mad Max, just barreling around on pavements, taking people out right now.
Segways never took off, and I believe the guy who invented them killed himself on one, didn't he? Fell off a cliff.
It's very sad.
Riding one.
Fell off a cliff riding a Segway.
What?
Yeah. Which is pretty much the death nail in the Segway's coffin, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Very sad. But that technology has been used on various other, vehicles and things, so... Yeah, but it's very sad.
So people stole his stuff after he died. What a wonderful memory.
I've never fought a gelatinous cube before, just on a different note.
Ooh. I'm not sure any of you guys have in one of my campaigns. I've put them in once. It's one of these things you get into running these games because you want to have. They're one of the monsters that you want to use because they're so iconic.
We've had a manager. Was it a manager?
We had a manager.
Gelatinous cube.
We did, yeah.
Back
in the D&D
episodes. Yeah. But I guess a lot of people's main reference for it will be Onward. That's the most mainstream reference to a gelatinous cube now, isn't it? You've all seen Onward, right?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Holy crap, dude! What are you doing?
It's on my list. It's got Chris Pratt and Tom Holland, I know, and for that reason alone, it's on my list. But it's also basically Disney D&D, which is another reason why it's on my list. It's been recommended to me about a few times now. I didn't know there's a gelatinous cube in it, though.
Oh, sorry, I've ruined it.
No, that's not a spoiler. That's not a spoiler. There's something fantasy turns up in a fantasy film. That's okay. That's all right. I did put a gelatinous cube in one of my own campaigns, and my players just was like, "We'll just wait it out and let it go past us, because it's slow and it doesn't have a mind." And I was like, damn. And then I was like, "Yeah, there's a bit of gold in the back of it from a previous adventurer." And the one loot hunter in the entire party was like, "There's what?" okay, can I get it? I'm like, yeah, if you want to put your hand inside a gelatinous cube that's moving away from you. He was like, yeah, I'm going to do that shit. And I was like, yeah, brilliant. Easy hook, put cash in it. Cash in the monster. Great, they're fighting it now. Excellent.
Kind of the opposite of last episode, where you guys were so suspicious of the dagger being offered to you. Everyone's just like, what? Why are we doing this? Why do we want treasure? For goodness sake.
Yeah.
You know, it was there was some real suspicion going on.
Poisoned dagger. It wasn't like it was free rubies. It was a poisoned dagger rigged up to a contraption that none of us could really work out, and then Beelzeboob didn't want to. So, but we've got it now. Well done, Shania.
Yeah.
Just as a side note, if you haven't listened to our D&D episodes, the Pork and Beans saga, go back and listen. It's a real fun 6-part episode. I really enjoyed recording that.
Just I always forget we did. That's like a year ago. I completely forgotten we did those.
They were a lot of fun. Yeah.
Maybe Pork and Beans will come back one day.
Maybe there'll be beans
with some music.
Oh, that was Freddy foreshadowing. Hello.
There's a little Easter egg there. Well, it's not an Easter egg. It's just a little taster of what might come, Dangerlings.
Easter eggs in a couple of months, Cole. We're a little bit under that.
Oh, we're still on my birthday.
We're still going to get through 50 February before we get to the Easter eggs.
Yeah.
So, how do we? We've burst into the sewers. Zainab and Bijan have heard you coming and have mistaken you for the Archlords of Nex, and they, for whatever reason, are not down with fighting the Archlords of Nex. You've managed to terrify the pair of them quite a bit and throw some wind across the room, take a couple of shots at their little clay buddy, but not before the machine in it could spew out a huge cube of gelatinous goo, which has started menacing its way towards all of you. I can tell you, this is going to be fun. It probably won't. Every time there's a monster I really like it just gets killed in the first round. I'm sure this will be nothing. This will be no different. But shall we find out? Shall we jump back in and see how we go against this oozy menace?
Yes.
Let's do this. All right. So we're coming straight back into combat, and I can tell you it is the ooze's go. That's where we put out the ooze, having slurped out of the machine. It is going to use all 3 move actions because it's really slow, and it just slowly slurps its way all across the room through the slime, churning it around it. All the way across the room until it gets close to where Karagor is, but not quite there. It gets in line with the rest of the party coming down the tunnel into the room. But this round, that's all it can do. It just slurps menacingly towards them, just scooping up everything in its path, rippling and shuddering. You do notice it's a kind of a luminescent green colour. It is not translucent as gelatinous cubes often are. But that is all it can do for its go, which means we're going to go to Zainab. Zainab is going to get a go. Zainab is in the wind. Can I tell you, she got a 34 on her save against it. What was your spell save DC, James? Because I just want to check that she crit succeeded rather than actually succeed, rather than just
the
succeeded.
spell DC is 20.
A 20.
So I don't believe it.
So that is a crit succeed, critical success.
Was it? What did she get?
She got 34. So 10 over, critical success. Yeah. That means she is unaffected. Rather, if it's just a success, then she can't move against it. So she is going to, in that case, she's going to use her movement to come running straight up across. She just jumps into the slime and comes running towards all of you, drawing from her belt a flask of her own, and she flings it at Fulton Battlestone. That is going to be Fulton. You've got pretty. Your AC is pretty crazy, right?
23.
23. Okay. I think I can. I feel confident. I feel like I can get you. That is going to be. That's a 12. It sails through the air. It hits the wall and it just slurps against the wall and fails to do anything. She's got one action left. You know what? She's gonna go for another one. She pulls her other acid flask. I'm gonna go for Bad Moon on this one. And
It's just a question, Dan. Is she trying to throw these through the line of wind?
no, she ran straight through the line of wind because she crit succeeded against it, so she's unaffected by it. So she just runs through the line to get clear of it and then starts throwing them at Fulton. But the second one is only an 18, so that is a miss as well. 19, but still a miss. So she flings both vials at Fulton, but they just they clatter off the wall to the side of it. Don't manage to get a hit. Damn it. It's not going on. To be fair, she's frightened. She's frightened 3 at the moment, so she's not doing great. But we'll go ahead and reduce her frightened condition by 1 because it's the end of her turn. Okay, that means it's Shania, Rain, and Philippe the Devil Monkey's turn. What are we doing?
Just do a quick ask. Are we effectively fighting round the rim of a bowl?
Yeah, kind of. But the bowl itself, like the slime in the bottom of it is very shallow, and it's only like a foot or so, a couple of foot drop into it. So there's no penalty for crossing in and out of the slime.
Oh, okay.
Right. Okay. So, there's walls and stuff, right?
There are walls and stuff. Yeah.
Okay. Great. All right. Shania is going to use spider climb and climb up the wall, hopefully onto the ceiling, if possible.
You can do that. Yeah, you've got enough movement, so you cast spider. How many actions is spider climb to cast?
2.
So you cast spider climb. Your horrible, hairy palms sprout from it, and you put them on the ceiling, and you just crawl up the wall and onto the ceiling. You are now on the ceiling.
And Philippe.
Philippe cannot act because you need an action to activate Philippe. So Philippe doesn't do anything in this round.
I can't even get him to. Surely he can move or something.
Philippe needs. So you need to spend an action in order for your companion to act. Otherwise, it doesn't.
Yeah. But I mean,
they'll defend themselves
right.
if they're attacked. But otherwise, they don't do anything. You've got to spend your actions to get actions out of Philippe.
Okay.
Right. Later on, we can upgrade him. You can once he starts becoming a.
Because I've got a thing on here that says when Shania hits, so does Philippe. Add 1d8. That's his support.
That's his support benefit. So you can choose to have Philippe support you in combat. In which case, if you're both in melee, when you hit, Philippe will hit. But that doesn't let him move independently. There are some Druid abilities at higher levels. We'll have a look when you get through. You can upgrade him to the point where he can act independently. So he can act. He can get 1 action even if you don't activate him, which is nice. But I don't believe you have that at the moment. So that's yours. So you're up on the ceiling. Philippe bares his teeth. That's your round. In that case, it is Beelzeboob, Big Spear the Third.
Okay, Beelzeboob is going to. How close together how far away are the 2 twins? Are they 50 feet, yeah?
They've moved up now, so from where you are, one of them is 30 feet, the other is 35 feet, but they are standing...
So they're together?
No, they're about 30 feet apart because they split because Velder put the wind down. One of them ran one way around the wind, one ran the other way.
Are any of them in, next to the big gelatinous cube thing?
The cube is 10 feet from Bijan and 20 feet from Zainab. Or 15 feet from Zainab. Zainab is 10 feet from the little clay creature.
I'm just going to go for... Not Zainab, the other one. What's the other twin called?
The other one is Bijan.
That's it. I'm going to go for Bijan. I'm going to pull out a bottle lightning moderate. I'm going to throw it at him.
Are there any penalties for making ranged attacks through the wind, Velder?
I don't. It doesn't say there is.
Okay,
to be honest.
Fine. In that case, there is no penalty for you, Beelzeboob. Go ahead and make your attack.
Cool.
Although, well, yeah.
Nope. That's a natural 1.
Oh, it's a fumble.
Oh no.
Oh, Beelzeboob. I'm ready this time. I have my cards to hand.
Good. I'm glad. I'm so glad. I haven't had a fumble in a while, so, stands to reason. It's probably just going to fly up and then hit us all, isn't it?
No, wait, it's Beelzebub.
No, this is Beelzebub.
Forgive me for my confusion. Forgive me for my confusion. It's two.
It's still the same roller. Oh, I see. Yeah.
Oh, ranged. Okay, close to the ear. You are deafened until your next turn. Beelzebub lifts the bomb and it just goes off in his hand and just deafens him. So your ears are just ringing.
Bop, mop, 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 mop. I'm just trying to hear. Yeah. Okay. Cool. That's
one action.
Was that the end of my go, or was that one go?
That's one action. You got two more actions.
I'm going to drink the Stone Fisty McFister elixir and get some Fists of Fury.
Fisty February, yay!
We're going to go into Fisty February early this year. All right, here we go. I drink that, and then as... I can't really do anything else. I can move up to melee. I'm going to stay here, because I'm sure the weird gelatinous cube of death is going to slowly walk its way towards us. So I'm just going to stay here and hold my action. I'll just stay here.
All right. You stay where you are and you hold.
Can I set? I'm going to use my last action to send Jam Jam over towards where the clay creature is.
Ooh, yes, you can do that.
Jam Jam, it's time for you to get out all of your anger over these years. Yes, kill that clay thing.
Oh my god, you send Jam Jam into combat. I hope you have Jam Jam stats to hand, because goodness knows.
Excellent. I've already damaged it as well. I was going to try and finish it off on my round, but I'm more than happy to have a horrible familiar fight to happen, and I'll focus on something else instead.
Yeah.
Do you know Jam Jam's movement?
Yes, I do. He has a speed of 25 feet. I don't want him to go into the ooze and drown. I just want him to... I'll go all the way around. I'll go as much as I can on...
Okay, the creature is in the ooze, but...
Oh, okay. So if I jump in, will Jam Jam just die?
No, Jam Jam's I don't think he needs to breathe. His head will be just above water. It is difficult terrain for him, so he moves at half speed.
Okay, he'll just get there eventually.
Okay.
But I don't want to go near the massive gelatinous cube, okay?
That's fine.
So I don't want you to just literally go, oh yeah, and the gelatinous cube just goes... to Jam Jam, and
so Jam Jam
can make another one.
Jam jumps into the slime, and so only his little face is peering up out of it, and then just starts waddling through it towards the clay guy. He gets about halfway to him, just slopping through it,
doing a really, really awful doggy paddle, with his front feet.
It's I will make you proud, father.
Yeah,
horrible.
Cool. That's my go. That is my go.
Round 2, Bubba Von Hoops.
All right, let's change what I was going to do, but that's okay. I am going to fire with this work. I don't know. Other people can tell me this out of character. If I fired magic missiles at the cube, is it got the same effect as it would have with the slime last week?
I would imagine probably so. I reckon that, Caragor was basically on the verge of being I reckon magical and freezing against that cube. I don't think ordinary weapon's going to work against it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was going to do this crazy spell where I spat loads of locusts over it. But it's like a 30-foot cone, so Jam Jam and maybe Beelzeboob would be caught in it. So I can't do that.
I think Jam Jam would just about be all right. I'd have to measure it. Caragor might. No, I think you can just about get the cube without hitting anybody.
Can I?
Yeah, if you want to spew locusts at the cube.
Okay, in that case, I'm going to use the spell called Vomit Swarm.
Amazing.
I belch forth a swarm of magical vermin. You evoke the shape and creatures from your own imagination. So I'd like them to look like loads of Jiminy crickets with little hats on.
Let your conscience be your guide.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's what they're going to look like, and they're just going to be with fangs, and they're just going to be and then attack the cube.
It's green, right?
Yeah.
How do we know it's not made of acid?
I don't know.
I guess.
Well,
it might be made of acid.
He's done it now.
But we're gonna find out.
Yeah,
aren't we?
I reckon we'll see.
Okay.
You've now turned into the mummy.
So the saving throw is a basic reflex.
So it makes a basic reflex. If it fails this, it takes damage.
Then it takes damage. Yeah, it will take 2d8 piercing damage.
Okay. I can tell you that the save of a gelatinous cube is the reflex save of a gelatinous cube is not high.
Okay.
In fact, it's +0. So we're just rolling Bad Moon on its own.
Go on in.
That's an 8.
All right, I got a 20 on that. So boom.
That is a critical failure. So roll the damage and double it.
All right.
Shit.
Nice.
You just vomit Jiminy crickets.
No, it's only so I got 10 points of damage. I didn't roll massively high on that damage.
It takes 10 points of damage as it's just covered in
Jiminy crickets.
And presumably, do they stay there then?
Oh, they stay there. Yeah, it lasts for. Oh no, it's only one round actually. So a creature that fails its saving throw also becomes sickened 1.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
The cube just starts throwing up.
Yeah.
No, it's not immune to sickened, so that's fine.
Sickened cube.
Oh my god! So it's got a -1 to checks and DCs, and can't willingly ingest anything.
Amazing. And I'll use my my last action because that was only 2 actions to the old thing. What's it called? I do use this all the time.
Banjolele?
Yes. Inspire courage. How did I forget that? It's right in front of me. So I inspire courage. Oh, get that cube, get that cube, or get that cube, get that cube, boys, get that cube, and girls, get the cube. There we go.
A Mary Poppins song.
Yeah. I'm going very Disney today.
Goodness. Yeah. Okay, so it is. So the creature is sickened and covered. You just vomit crickets all over it that just start biting at it as they too begin being absorbed by the acid within
Amazing.
it. And then you start singing a song, probably the creepiest thing Bubba has ever done.
Yeah.
All right, it's Velder. Can lights go?
Okay, can I try... What would it be to try and ascertain what the weaknesses and things like that for the cube would be?
So
what role would that be?
For an ooze, that is going to be an occultism check.
Occultism check, okay. I shall roll for occultism. There we go. That is not great. That's a 15.
A 15 is a fail. You don't know anything about this cube.
Cool.
That's one action.
Okay. That's annoying.
It is.
Because I've got varying different spell effects, so I don't want to waste one of these things on that.
What do they do? Like, what kind of damages does it do? Is it all different ones?
What do you mean? What
like
spells?
as in, you said, because you said you've got a variety of different spells. What kind of, like, are they all different damage types? Or?
Yeah, so one could be completely useless against that thing, and I'd waste a really powerful spell.
Yeah. It's liquid, so I bet some kind of freeze will work well against it. If it doesn't, then I'll give you 5 gold.
Yes. That's not my big damage, though, is it? So instead, I would like to... I will cast Mage Armor on myself, and I'll give it a go another round. And, where am I in relation to this blob? I'm a bit confused by this room, to be honest, because it seems a bit odd where people are. So it's a square room.
Yeah. It's a sort of rectangular room, yeah. So looking around where you are at the moment, directly in front of you, you've got Caragor, who's standing in between you. Beyond Caragor, you've got Baijan, who was throwing bombs at you. Caragor's now stepped in the way. And then back over to your left, you've got Philippe, Beelzeboob and Bubba all clumped up together in the tunnel where you were coming in. You've got Fulton just to the side of them. Shania's on the ceiling above them. Directly in front of all of them is the gelatinous cube, trundling towards them. And then a little further off in the room, away from that, you've got Zainab standing up to her knees in goo with Jam Jam doggy paddling towards her, and just on the other side, just beyond her, the little clay guy who's right at the back.
Right. Okay, in that case, I'll cast Mage Armor on myself.
Okay, you focus in your magic on yourself and you clank magical glowing armor all over Velder. What does it look like when Velder surrounds himself in Mage Armor?
It kind of looks like the original Dune film from the early 80s, where it's sort of like square. It's not very well formed. It's like a like that glowing blue.
Very nice. Glowing blue. Purple and blue clashing. Unfortunate.
No. Wrong types of shade.
So
they go very well together. If you like the
argue
80s.
with the seamstress on this. Right. Fulton Battlestone, what we got?
Smashy, gelatinous cubey.
Amazing.
With my Warhammer. Let's go.
Are you crucially, so you need to move to get into melee with it. Where do you want to stand?
Yeah, that's fine.
Do you want to stand in between yourself and your friends, or do you want to stand to the side?
If I stand in front of my friends, will they not be able to attack it in their goes?
No, they could attack it in their goes.
Then I'll just stand in between so that it doesn't. I got a 25.
Right, you step in between everyone and the gelatinous cube. You swing your axe. You hit it with a 25. That's
not a 20. It's my axe. It's my
your Warhammer. Sorry, you swing your Warhammer. Right. 25 is a critical hit and then some.
Yeah. Ooh, hey, yeah. That is a 8, 9, 10, 11, and then I roll another dice tonight, or for the crit.
For the crit, you roll your damage and you double it.
Okay, but not the modifier, right?
No, you double everything. Roll your damage, add the bonus, double it all.
Okay, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 on the first one. 11. So it's 20 if it's doubled. It's 20, 11, 22.
22 points of damage.
Of blue janine damage. I run over and smash the gelatinous cube of death.
Oof, that is very, very good. Okay, so you run up, you just slam the Warhammer into it, and it just shudders and ripples as you smack it. And bits of goo kind of fall off the side of it. What would you like to do with your last action?
I'm going to hit it again.
All right.
And it's a -5?
-5 on this.
Coolio. That is a 23 -5, so that is 18.
An 18 is a hit, not a critical hit.
Yay! That is a 10 points of bludgeoning damagio.
Deal another 10 points of damage. You smash into it again and more goo drips off the side of it. But it is still going. It is Baijan's go. Baijan has still got some flasks left. He's just screaming. You cannot stop us. You will not stop our research, Archlords. And he throws his he's going to throw his acid flask at Caragor.
I thought you were going to say he was throwing his arm.
That's
throwing his
That's a 30 against Caragor. Is that a crit or just a regular?
That's not a crit.
Not a crit, right? No. That's fine. So just regular old acid damage. 7 points of acid damage. There's no one around you for a splash. No, what's he going to do with his other stuff? He is going to... he could target Jam Jam. No, that's cruel.
Is that because you play him, Dan? And you don't want to...
We found his weakness.
Jam Jam's tanking from now on.
My ability to do voices. Right, okay. He's going to take a step forward and he's going to try and throw a bomb at Bubba. You can just about see Bubba from there. So he pulls out. He's out of acid fast now. So now he's going to throw a bottled lightning at Bubba. He has got just a +10 on this. That's a 25 against Bubba.
Oh, it's gonna hit.
It hits Bubba. Bubba, you take. There's a thunder of lightning. A thunder of lightning? A crack of lightning. Very, very frightening me, Galileo. You take 6 points of lightning damage. Philippe and Beelzeboob, both take 5 points of lightning damage from the splash on it. Shania does not. Shania is on the ceiling. She's all right. And that is all he can do with his go.
Shania's on the ceiling.
That was our first dance at our wedding. That dancing on the ceiling.
Was it?
Yeah.
I remember that on the dance floor that was ever so slightly sloped and got wetter as the thing went on.
And I was wearing a mask of the guy that sings it. What's his name? Lionel Richie. Yeah.
Lionel Richie. Yeah. So dangerous, so romantic, so wonderful. It's Karagor's go. So Bijan is now 10 feet from you. He's standing in front, and the gelatinous cube is 10 feet from you, but you're not in its path.
Indeed.
Probably.
Bubba, what's your Inspire competence thing bonus these days?
Gives you a +1.
Still a +1, eh?
Just a +1.
Okay, I'm going to move up to engage Bijan, and one action, another action to hunt prey on him.
Yep, that's fine. You can hunt prey. You can make a society check to know a bit about it. See if you heard any rumours around town about him, if you like.
Alright, I went through the market.
It's a free action, I think, with Monster Hunter, isn't it?
A free action? Yeah, no, it is when you do the hunt prey.
Cool.
10.
10? No good.
I don't care. You spurt me with acid, and now I'm going to hit you in the face as hard as I possibly can. So that'll be my third action to attack with.
Amazing.
What am I going to attack with now? What am I going to do? Is he he's just pulling out bombs and flasks, willy and indeed nilly, right? He's not using an overt weapon.
No, you can see he's got a kukri at his side, but he hasn't drawn it. He's just been throwing flasks.
I've got a few things where I could disarm, but I'm not sure it'd be worth it with this guy. I think I'm just gonna have to slash him, and I will. With the old Plursvon. The old Plursvon. That is a all the bonuses and stuff. That is a 31 to hit him.
Critical hit.
I see you, mate. Okay. Critical hit, and the critical specialization with my Plursvon is bleeding. Should let you know.
So he bleeds as well. Okay.
You made me bleed my own blood.
All that for a little drop of blood.
If it bleeds,
it's 15 points of damage with the Plursvon. I sort of step up to him and slice upwards. With an arc of blood at the tip of the blade as just dances round in a very 80s metal kind of way. And that's 4 points of bleed damage.
Oh, he starts to bleed. He starts to bleed his own blood.
You should have backed down, mate. We're not the Archlords, but I'm going to be your Archlord in a minute.
You run up, just shove a dagger in him, and he just starts bleeding horribly all over himself.
Rest of you, maybe freeze that thing or burn it. I don't know.
That would be a good idea.
Go on, Jam, out that little clay bastard. God, believe in you.
But unfortunately, before you can do any of that,
sorry,
it's the cube's go.
I didn't add this. It's not 14. It's a 16. I didn't add the hunt prey the damage. Thank you.
Okay.
16. Thank you. Sorry.
No problem. I have a couple more points of damage there by Jan. His day gets worse by 2 points. All right, time to get cubey. The cube is going to use. Let me just check the range on it. Yep. The cube uses Engulf, where it makes 2 move actions to move 30 feet and just rumbles down the middle of the corridor, down the thing. So I need reflex saves. I need reflex saves from Fulton, Bubba, Philippe, and Beelzeboob, as it just tries to roll through all of you.
Isn't it still sickened and therefore can't ingest things?
Yeah. I mean, is it really ingesting? It's. I tell you what. It's got a spare action. It uses its spare action to try and vomit up the swarm of Jiminy crickets, giving it another fortitude save, which is a 20 against Bubba's spell DC.
My spell DC is 20.
There we go. Meets beats. It vomits out, so it just kind of shudders for a moment, and then just all the half-digested crickets just spew out of it from the side, and then it rolls forward over all of you.
It's worth a shot, lads. I tried.
Yeah, man. Nice one.
It's a reflex.
Fulton got 22, Beelzeboob got 18.
Okay. That is a success for Fulton. Fulton dives out of the way. It is a fail for Beelzeboob. Beelzeboob is swallowed up by the cube and carried along with it. How about Philippe and Bubba?
22.
20 for Philippe.
So everyone except Beelzeboob leaps out of the way of this cube as it goes forward. Beelzeboob is just swept up in the cube. He takes 5 points of acid damage straight away. And Beelzeboob, you are suspended in the cube. I need you to make a fortitude save.
That is a 29.
29. Beelzeboob, you are not paralyzed by the paralyzing slime, so you are immobilized effectively. You're suspended in the goo, so you're kind of floating around in it, but you can still act when it comes to your turn. But yeah, you're stuck in a ball of big ball of slime.
Nice.
Classic Beelzeboob.
Like a piece of fruit in a trifle jelly thing.
Yeah.
A trifling matter indeed. Zainab is going to throw some bombs at Fulton Battlestone. That is going to be that's a miss. She tries again with she's run out of acid flasks. She's going to try with the lightning flask. That is also a miss. She throws more bombs. They go nowhere near. Fulton's just batting them away with the hammer. They're just smashing against it.
Did you say lightning?
Yes.
Doesn't it hit the gelatinous cube that I've just jumped out of the way of?
No, because the cube has now moved well beyond you. The cube trundled past you and is now way up the corridor with Beelzeboob inside it. She is going to... she doesn't know who Fulton is, so she's going to make the mistake of her life, and she's going to move up into melee combat with Fulton.
Just the way I like it.
Wow.
That's her go. It's Shania range. Shania and Philippe. Shania, you're on the ceiling.
So Shania's on the ceiling. Obviously, I want Philippe to do something, so I'm going to use an action to get Philippe going. And I would like Philippe to who's it, out of the two the two peeps there, who's closest to him?
Probably Zainab.
Okay, right. Zainab, that's the lady, right?
Yeah, that's the lady. You could get to her. Philippe could get to her in a single move.
Okay, so he runs up to Zainab and tries to grapple her, hold her.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. I'm not sure what I use for his grapple. Is it just his strength? Or?
You're going to make an unarmed attack. So yeah, go ahead and make an attack roll against her.
Okay.
If you beat her.
It is 21.
21. She is grabbed. She runs over. It runs over and just Philippe wraps his arms around her legs. She's just like struggling, trying to fend him off.
Great. Okay, so she's held by Philippe.
Yep.
And Shania is going to use a cantrip. She's going to use Electric Arc on the gelatinous cube.
Okay.
Which do I need to do an attack for that?
I don't believe you need to make
I don't think I do I?
I think it makes a reflex save.
Okay, reflex save, all right, yeah.
Okay, so it's reflex, as you said, +0. 17, but I don't think that beats your spell DC.
No.
So go ahead and roll some electricity damage.
Okay, so that is 3d4 plus my level. Okay, so so that is 16.
Okay.
And then it can hit another person, can't it?
It can. So, there is nobody. I don't think there's anyone.
Surely
you could hit Beelzeboob.
Well, I can't get like Bajan on that.
Bajan is 40 feet away from it. Zainab is 25 feet. So if it's, I don't know what the arc range is on your.
God, I don't have it written down. Unfortunately, I'm not quite sure. But I don't know. I thought it would be able to. I'll tell you what. If you want to, I'll look that up and just if you want to carry on while I.
No problem. Okay, so you put some electricity on it. You do notice that electricity, some of that seems to be absorbed into the creature. It seems like it didn't not all of that damage.
Not all of that. Okay, all right.
But
that's unfortunate.
This is Beelzebub's hair stand on him.
Speaking of which, it's Beelzebub's go. Beelzebub, you're stuck in jelly. What can I do? So you can any kind of, so you're effectively grabbed. So any interact action that you want to take takes a you need to make a DC 5 flat check. But while you are engulfed, you can attack, but you can only attack with weapons that are light. And you might be able to. You can either try and cut your way free, or you can just keep fighting it. You can just keep hitting it.
Have you got the create ice cream spell prepared? Because that's.
How do I escape out of it?
Okay,
that's what I want to do.
So engulf. Let's take you to. It's not actually condition corner. It's monster effect corner. A creature that fails its save inside it is grabbed. It is slowed 1, which means at the end of your turn you will only get 2 actions back rather than 1 action, and you are holding your breath. So you're okay for another 8 rounds or so. So we won't worry too much about the suffocating.
On the electric arc thing, it's 30 foot. So we'll probably get Zainab then.
You
right?
can hit Zainab with it then. So yeah, go ahead and roll a bit of extra damage to Zainab. While you're doing that, let's finish on this. You're taking damage every turn while you're engulfed. You can try and escape by making an unarmed attack against it to try and wriggle free from it, or you can keep attacking it with a slashing weapon, so long as it is only a light slashing weapon.
I'll go for attacking it to get out. So I guess my fists, because I've just got my fists.
Do your fists do slashing damage? That's the. Or piercing?
No, I don't have any. Oh, I've got pierce. I've got a dagger in my hand.
Yeah,
I've got a dagger in my pack.
So you can attack it with the dagger,
and then that means that I can eventually get out.
Yeah, right? If you do more than, so it has a rupture value. Ugh, that's gross. Basically, if you do more than the listed damage in a single attack, then you will split it open and you will get outside of it. It's also
let's try
against you.
Let's try and slash it with my dagger. That is a 17.
A 17 is a critical hit.
Oh, shit.
Because it's flat-footed against you.
Hello there. Oh, Jesus.
So you draw your dagger with one action, you stab it with another.
That is 4 plus 8. 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 points of damage.
Points of damage, and you there is just sort of a horrible noise, slurping noise from it, and the dagger bursts out of the thing and just slits a hole in the side of it, and Beelzebub, you come tumbling out of the creature.
I thought they smelled bad at the outside.
Yes.
Very nice.
That's my first action, right?
That's your first action, yeah.
Well,
it's your second action because it's one to draw the dagger.
Can I do something? How encased is the slit that's open? And if I shoved a grenade in there, what would happen?
Would certainly.
Would I damage you? Would it damage me?
You could try it and find out.
Fuck it. Why not?
Amazing.
I'm going to shove a...
You Use the
I'm gonna
force,
shove-
Beelzebub.
I'm going to shove a Peshpine moderate grenade inside the slit. If it does any damage, who knows? Well, we'll see.
Not a sentence I thought I'd hear today.
That's
Love a Peshpine. If I can get that with a nice spicy curry, it sets it off really nicely.
Yeah, they're good in salads as well, Peshpines.
That's an 18.
18. I'm going to call that a critical hit. I'm still going to say it's flat-footed against you because of how you're doing it. So you shove the grenade into the thing just as it closes up. Do you want to draw a crit card against it?
I don't have any to hand, but
I can draw you one.
Yes, you can draw me one, Dan.
Please be hideous laughter.
You know what? It's one that we've had before, but it's not that one. You and the target switch places.
Oh, what?
Because it counts as a magical attack.
That one never makes sense.
So what? We just swap. So I'm next to him. We just go. Whoop.
It's still going to be double damage.
Yeah.
So you shove the grenade into it. It explodes, rips a hole in space-time, and the two of you switch places. So roll your damage, double it, and then you go switch places.
What?
Yeah.
Why not?
I love spell crits. They're so weird.
18 damage.
18
piercing damage. But it says, and 2 piercing splash damage.
Okay.
Is that to me?
That would be. However, because of the way you've done it, you shove it inside, you shove the thing to it, it just explodes, the shrapnel just explodes within it, and you just see it just slow, like the shards of it just get slowed by the jelly before they protrude. The explosion is so violent within it that it hurls the jelly up in the air forward, and you're able to duck, roll underneath it, and come back up on the other side of it before it lands to the ground. Beelzeboob comes up just dripping with goo.
And the target is stupefied.
Oh.
Stupefy!
Okay.
I don't know how you can stupefy a gelatinous glob, but
Oh my goodness! So it's taking a value to intelligence checks.
Tell you what, with all these conditions, I'm re-evaluating gelatinous cubes. I mean, they can be sickened, they can be saddened, they can be depressed, they can be happy. They have birthdays. It's impressive.
Stupid cube. Okay, the machine rumbles.
Just 1 second, Dan. 16 points of damage on Zaynat, by the way.
16
with
points
that
of damage on Zaynat.
Nice. Okay. Nice.
Very good.
Oh,
this machine, however,
going to come out.
The machine is still working. The machine cannot be stopped. It shudders, and another glowing ooze pours out of it. This one is not a. This one is smaller, however. It is not like a gelatinous cube, but it is another green glowing ooze that pours out of the machine onto the ground and begins slithering its way towards you. The little guy,
Has Jam Jam had a go?
I can't, because I used all my actions then to. Although, here's a question.
Yeah.
Does he carry on doing stuff that I've ordered him to do without the need of giving away an action that I've already had? Like, do you know what I mean? Do you understand what
I mean, he is intelligent, so I'm guessing the minion trait is such a weird one. I think now that he's not being commanded by you, he probably does carry on doing what you want, doing what he was previously instructed to do. So go ahead and make an attack with Jam Jam against the little clay guy.
So what would it be? I've got like his like skills and stuff, but I don't have.
Okay. Do you have the rules for making attacks with familiars?
Oh, unarmed attacks. I've got one.
Okay.
There you go. So cool. I've got it. So he's just going to punch the clay monster.
First combat for Jam Jam against.
I assume he's using his fists, right?
Oh,
so
I mean, he has no other equipment. Yeah, he's not armed.
So it'll be a D4. Okay, that's a 16.
16. No, not even close. Jam Jam just hits the clay guy, and the clay guy just looks down at him with his little smiley face.
I've got something else that I want to do, but I'll wait. Obviously, I've got
Titans.
I've got to order him to do it.
Okay, it now tries to hit him back. That's a 19 against Jam Jam.
Just, yeah. My class is 18.
Oh, Jam Jam takes 6 points of bludgeoning damage. It tries to hit him again. That's a 20.
Yeah.
He takes another 6 points of bludgeoning damage. And he tries his final one. That's only a 10. The creature just starts punching Jam Jam in the muck because Jam Jam's trying to claw his way out of it. Oh, poor Jam Jam. Bubba Von Hoops, let's come back round to you. Can we try and... You're spreading your damage pretty well, but what are we going to do next?
Yeah.
We need to smash the shit out of that machine, don't we?
I think we do, yeah. Okay, I'm going to cast Magic Missile at the machine.
Okay, you cast Magic Missile at the machine. Go ahead, roll your damage.
First one is 4.
4 points of damage.
Second one is 4.
Okay.
And the third one is 4. 4, 8, 12 points of damage.
12 points of damage. Okay, cool. You blast it with a flurry of explosions that all hit the... that hit it. 12 points of damage. Okay, so that means it's Velder's go.
Okay, what is the machine made of?
The machine, it seems to be made of metal.
Metal. Okay. I'm not sure this is going to do as much damage as I hope. And what I'd like to do, so the blob that's blobbed out of it, the purple blob, how far away from the machine is it?
It's right next to the machine.
Right next to the machine. Okay. I would then like to cast Fireball. And it's a 20-foot radius, and I want 10 feet on the blob, 10 feet on the machine, so it hits them both. Now, hopefully that shouldn't hit Jam Jam and the clay dude.
That won't, no, they are far enough away from it.
Okay, so I cast Fireball.
Oh, is this your first Fireball?
It is. It is my first Fireball. I've been holding on to it because it's a big hitter, but it might not do as much damage as I want, but I don't think I've got anything that's perfect for this situation, unfortunately.
So many classic things coming up.
Classic. Can I get a reflex save? I presume the machine does not get a reflex save.
The machine automatically fails any reflex save.
Good.
It's static, so it's going to take full damage.
Can I take a blob, please?
The blob. Okay, yep, it's got a +1, you know. You never know. It's a 19. It's not far off, but it's still a fail.
That is still just a fail. My God. Okie dokie. And so I believe Fireball is 2 actions. So I'd like to... can I heighten this with an extra action, isn't it? Or use a higher spell slot?
Tell us about using a higher spell slot.
Well, I'm just trying to see. I've got the spell up here, but it doesn't say what... is this... No, I can't because I don't have a level 4 spell slot. So it's just going to be the regular damage. That is going to be 66. I have them prepped here on my dice roller.
I believe using meta magic allows you to spend actions to do things to it, but that would have been through your feats, your wizard feats that you'll have gotten as you level up. So if you have meta magic feats, then that can do that sort of thing.
Wait, level up? So that's I've just got to calculate this. So that's 7 plus 12, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 points of fire damage.
23 points of fire damage. You does it get that guy? Not quite. Okay, so the ooze bursts into flames and is dropped immediately to below half hit points. The machine explodes as you hit it with the fireball, and just bits of it just rain down all over the machine. Zainab looks over her shoulder and just screams, "No!" As it explodes, and just turns around with tears welling up in her eyes to go back after Fulton Battlestone. But we will... Yep.
I've still got another action.
You've still got another action? What are we doing?
Because that's 2 actions. I would like to... So, where's the purple blob in relation to moi?
It's quite a long way away from you. It's
that's okay then.
You've got Fulton and his whole... Fulton, Philippe, Jam, Zainab, that whole combat is in between you and them. It's 45 feet away from you.
Nice. Okay, well in that case, he just turns to Zainab and goes, heh! And that's it. I've done nothing else to use my next action.
You leave your go. Zainab turns around, tears in her eyes, drawing her kukri, bearing down on Fulton Battlestone as the burning remnants of the machine rain down around her, and that is where we leave it for tonight.
Oh, yeah!
The Velder in the machine.
This week's episode was made possible by our patron, and especially our Dangerling of the Week, Libby Abnet. Libby Abnet, Libby Abnet, Libby Abnet. To get your name on the show, go to patreon.com/Danger Club Podcast.